One of Texas Tech's oldest academic programs is about to get a huge makeover following a transformational gift and a new name. Coming up, we'll have details on the beginning of a new era for the College of Architecture.
The end of the semester is just under 2 weeks away, and that means that stress levels for many students are reaching a breaking point. Find out how one college offered an escape from classwork by inviting students to enjoy some free food and cuddles with some fuzzy friends.
And after a rough couple games in Hawaii, the Red Raider basketball team made their return on the home court with hopes of getting back on track against an opponent with a history of success. MCTV's Alejandra Salazar will be in with details on that game along with a look at Team USA's current standings in the 2022 World Cup.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Kiley Phillips.
And I'm Beene. Over the last 12 months, Texas Tech University has received some of the most substantial donations in the university's history that have kickstarted some big changes around campus.
Last December, the playing surface at Jones AT&T Stadium was named Cody Campbell Field following a $25 million donation that's helping to fund the South End Zone project. And in January, longtime businessman and former professor Gordon W. Davis made the largest donation in the university's history when he gave $44 million to the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources.
And just yesterday, another big change here on campus was announced following an unnamed but substantial donation that will transform one college from the inside out.
Texas Tech is a place that has had a great impact on the lives of so many. And through generosity, vision, and commitment, that impact is greatly increased. While we celebrate the generosity and vision of so many every day, today is one of those days where the university takes a significant step forward.
This very generous gift from the Huckabee family marks a new, optimistic day for the architecture program, allowing us to renovate our building and facilities, as well as to create opportunities for deserving students to receive scholarships that support their careers at Texas Tech.
This family has so positively influenced this college and this university for so many years. It's a family with a long and storied history at Texas Tech, beginning with Tommy, who studied here as a student of architecture in the 1950s.
Unfortunately, Tommy was only able to go to college for about 1 year, and he just simply ran out of money. And in those days, access to college loans or scholarships was just limited. He just didn't really have a lot of options. So he completed his apprenticeship, and he took his architectural registration exams, and after passing, he founded Huckabee in 1967 with a focus on educational design. While Tommy did not have the opportunity to graduate from Texas Tech, he built a very highly respected company. While this is an appropriate naming of the college, somebody worthy of this honor is Tommy Huckabee. We're far more focused on what this gift can do for students and faculty and the impact it will have on Texas Tech University.
Because of the historical nature of this gift, today we are announcing that in honor of Tommy J. Huckabee, the College of Architecture will now be named the Huckabee College of Architecture.
After yesterday's announcement, President Skuvanek addressed the media and stated that the Huckabee family have chosen to keep the amount of their donation anonymous, but it is the largest in the history of the program. Chris Huckabee says the decision was based on his father's desire to focus yesterday's announcement on the future of the College of Architecture and not on the Huckabee family. Renovations to the architecture building are expected to start as soon as next year.
In other university news, a potential addition to the Texas Tech system is no longer on the table after an announcement by an East Texas university earlier this week. Back in October, Texas Tech administrators officially extended an invitation to Stephen F. Austin State University to join the TTU system. The invitation came after SFA's Board of Regents decided to consider joining a larger university in August. Shortly after that decision, Texas Tech, along with UT, Texas A&M, and Texas State, all expressed interest in having SFA become part of their university systems. And yesterday afternoon, SFA's regents officially announced their intent to join the University of Texas system. SFA is located in Nacogdoches, a small East Texas town approximately 500 miles from Lubbock. Texas Tech had been interested in having the smaller school join the university system over the years, but current TTU Chancellor Ted Mitchell had a personal stake in the potential merger, since he is an alumnus of SFA. As of yesterday, SFA was only one of 2 public universities in Texas that had not joined a state system. Texas Southern University in Houston will now stand as the only independent public school in the state.
Back here on campus, Texas Tech students are counting down the days till the end of the semester. With the last day of classes only 5 days away and finals starting next week, many students are also facing the stress of final projects and exams. With that in mind, the College of Media and Communication held a special event in the first floor advising lounge to give students an escape from coursework. Wellness Wednesday Donuts and Dogs took place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. featuring free food and a chance to interact with some furry friends. Representatives from the college handed out pastries to any student passing by, giving them a sweet boost as they headed to or from class.
We're the Dean Student Ambassadors, and we're giving out donuts for students who are stressed over finals and need to just relax and de-stress.
Members of Texas Tech's Yellow-Caped Raiders Club were scheduled to arrive later yesterday morning to bring dogs to the event. The Yellow-Caped Raiders are a part of a national organization that trains assistance dogs. Students in the group start with puppies as young as 8 weeks old and train them until they reach 18 to 20 months. The group can be found at various events on campus showcasing the animal's skills and abilities. Students returning to campus this week from Thanksgiving break have experienced a roller coaster of weather conditions. Daytime highs have ranged from the upper 60s to the low 40s, along with a mix of clouds, wind, and frost.
Even though the variety of West Texas weather isn't unusual, it's definitely causing some confusion for students who aren't sure what to expect as they leave for class each morning. So can we expect any consistency as we head into the last weekend before finals? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV Tower Cam is currently showing bright and sunny skies this afternoon, but windy conditions have created a brown hue on the horizon. Wind speeds have stayed around 20 to 25 miles per hour today, and that's creating a wind chill around 40 degrees. Highs should reach up into the upper 50s this afternoon, but the wind will continue to make it feel a bit cooler. Later tonight, the wind should decrease slightly and lows are expected to stay above freezing. But the breezy conditions will once again create a wind chill that will eventually drop into the 30s. Tomorrow, the wind will continue to be an issue with speeds increasing to as high as 30 miles per hour with higher gusts possible. We should also see a return of some clouds early in the day, but the biggest change tomorrow will be the temperature, with highs rebounding into the mid-70s. The higher temps will stick around after midnight, but after that, a cold front is forecast to move back into the area. Saturday morning will start off with temperatures back in the 30s, and clouds will begin building before noon. Late that afternoon, rain chances enter the forecast with the potential for showers throughout Saturday night. The cold front will keep temperatures at or below 50 degrees throughout the day, but luckily we should stay above freezing on Saturday. Sunday will be another overcast day, but highs are expected to climb back into the 60s by mid-afternoon. The wind should also be lighter, and there's no chance of rain throughout the day. Looking ahead, the last days of classes should be mild after a return of the sun, but the clouds will be back in time for the start of finals, with more chances of rain as we head into the middle of the week.
With the semester coming to an end, the Talkington College of Visual and Performing Arts has been showcasing the skills of its students through a variety of events over the last few weeks. The School of Music has had one of the busiest schedules as hundreds of students perform in dozens of ensemble and solo concerts. Before classes end, MCTV's Noah Creighton recently stopped by the music building to capture the sights and sounds of one final concert that took the audience on a musical trip around the globe.
The Texas Tech Percussion Ensemble hosted their Worlds Away concert before Thanksgiving break in the Hemley Recital Hall. Students here performed a drum ensemble featuring an Afro samba and a Worlds Away mystical concert for the Christmas season. The concert consisted of 2 parts. In the beginning, the band played a slower melody of songs calling back to traditional Spanish flamenco music.
So this semester we wanted to kind of focus on those big, what I'd say, large pieces that really transport people into thinking about other parts of the world or just give them an image. They do a lot of their own preparation because we firmly believe when they come into rehearsals that everything is kind of learned, and we're working on music things and playing together as an ensemble.
During the intermission, elves passed out candy and sweets to the parents and students in the audience. Featured after was a faster-paced steel drum and hand drum ensemble native to Brazil. I direct sort of a solo ensemble called the Afro Samba Ensemble, which is basically based on Brazilian music, all kinds of music from all over Brazil. I've studied with a bunch of Brazilian musicians and gone to several Brazilian music workshops and just continue to study and learn and transcribe and practice as much as possible and try to transfer that on to my students as well. Different instruments like marimbas, xylophones, and steel pans were all featured throughout the concert. Despite the different instruments, the percussionists worked together to make the music sound clear and together. They also practiced unifying performance etiquette to keep the audience engaged.
The creation of the music we play, we create together, because I mean, one drum makes one sound, but with everything playing together, it makes a harmony. It makes music more powerful in a way when it's multiple people. Opportunity to play that type of music that you don't get to often in Texas, it's really fun and just it's great to learn about it.
Next year, the percussion ensemble will host their spring concert, and in February, they will perform at the Texas Music Educators Association Convention in San Antonio. If you would like to learn any more information, visit depts.ttu.edu for any additional concert information. With MCTV, I'm Noah Creighton. Back to you.
With Tech football currently awaiting an official invite to a bowl, Texas Tech athletics schedule is looking a lot lighter as we head into the final month of the year.
But the Texas Tech basketball team still have plenty of action on their calendar as they continue into the heart of preseason play. MCTV's Alejandra Salazar has the latest results from Red Raider basketball and a preview of what's next for both teams in sports. Alejandra?
Thanks, Kylie and Grace. Let's start things off with the battle of the Big East and Big 12 last night when the Texas Tech men's basketball team took on Georgetown. Jalen Tyson and Davion Harmon scored 18 points each, and all 5 starters scored in double figures. Daniel Bacho recorded his second career double-double with 15 points and a career high of 13 rebounds, with Kevin O'Banner adding 11 points and Pop Isaacs with 10. The Red Raiders led 41-26 at halftime and by as many as 23 in the second half, but that did not stop Georgetown from fighting back to make it a 62-61 game. The Hoyas had an 18-0 run that was then later stopped by an Isaacs layup that helped bring Tech back and win by 14. Coach Mark Adams said that the team had to win the game twice, but they came back and fought through the adversity by making important free throws and plays that got the Red Raiders the dub.
These guys really like each other, which is a great sign. And, you know, the bottom line is we just want them to keep learning, you know, just hitting those plateaus and getting better and better. And, you know, we saw a lot of improvement tonight.
Tech has now extended their home winning streak to 25 games overall and to 4-0 this season. The team returns to action as they host Nicholls State next Wednesday at the USA at 7 p.m. You can catch all the action on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. Moving on to women's basketball, the ladies spent their Thanksgiving on the road in Las Vegas, but have returned home for a matchup against the Lady Hornets of Alabama State later tonight. If you can't make it out to the game, there will be live coverage on ESPN+. Now, shifting gears to the soccer field, the United States men's soccer team has been dominating at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. With one of the most anticipated games of the international tournament, the U.S. would be facing Iran in the must-win match if they wanted to advance to the knockout round. Christian Pulisic scored the first and only goal of the match in the 38th minute when he collided with Iran's goaltender in the process and had to leave the field for quite some time to recover. Pulisic was able to return and finish out the half, but was replaced at halftime. He kept his social media updated, though, and said that he would be back for their game against the Netherlands. The U.S. men's national team will take on the Netherlands Saturday morning at 9 a.m., and you can watch on Fox Sports. To stay up to date with all things World Cup and standings, check out foxsports.com. That's all I got for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Alejandra. The countdown to Christmas is in its final stretch, and many people are getting into the jolly spirit. But here on the Tech campus, the start to the season is just over 24 hours away.
That's right, Kylie. The annual Carol of Lights is a campus tradition that many Red Raiders consider the official transition into Christmas. But this year, the yearly event has an even bigger place in university history. Preparations for the 64th Annual Carol of Lights are underway in Memorial Circle and the Science Quad. You may have noticed that the setup for this year's event looks much larger than past events, and that's because the university is also using the holiday tradition as the official opening ceremony for Texas Tech's Centennial Celebration. Tomorrow night's schedule includes several traditional elements, but other parts have been reimagined with the addition of new staging, lighting, and video content. The University Combined Choirs and Trombone Choir are being joined by special guests Wade Bowen and the Maines Brothers Band. Bowen and the Maines Brothers will sing several Christmas songs along with a short musical set featuring popular hits at the end of the ceremony. To top it all off, the annual lights of the campus buildings will be accompanied by a fireworks show to celebrate both the holiday and the beginning of the year-long Centennial Celebration. The 64th Annual Carol of Lights and Centennial Celebration opening ceremony is scheduled to start at 7 p.m. The event is free and open to the public, but a clear bag policy will be in effect for anyone attending the ceremony. If you're unable to make it out tomorrow night, you can also watch the live broadcast on KTTZ TV Channel 5 locally or through livestream.ttu.edu.
So Grace, are you planning to go to tomorrow's Carol of the Lights ceremony?
Yeah, I am. I'm going with my family. How about you?
Yeah, I'm planning on going with a few friends. Well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you back next week for the MCTV Fall Finale.